Hi friends. So today is Monday. Now I'm going to show you my calendar, the one that I made at my house. Okay. So today's Monday, April 27th. See that number down there? April 27th. So it has been a long month and a lot of days off without any school. So this whole week, I am going to talk to you about our feelings. All right. So we're not going to have a new week of learning. Last week we learned about Earth Day, and the week before that let's see, what did we learn? Oh, weather. And then next week I have some great things I want to start teaching you about with plants and different kinds of animals the following week. But this week I want to take a little pause with some of our new learning. There are still some things that I do expect you to work on in your learning packet. So, in your learning packet, you do have, this is week 3 in our second packet. So this is week 3. We have day 1 is Monday, day 2 is Tuesday, day 3 is Wednesday, day 4 is Thursday, and day 5 will be Friday. Now, each of those days, there's always 4 or 5 things for you to do to practice different things that we learned in school. So today you were practicing numbers 11 through 20, knowing them in a snap. You were doing a word search for your CVC words. You were practicing the sight word go, which was one of the very first words we ever learned in kindergarten. And there's a little story that you could read. So those are really important to at least do 2 of those every day. Now, if you really push yourself, I know you can do all 4 or 5 of them. But if you're just having one of those days that you just don't think you can do them all, choose a couple of them and try to do your very, very best work. The other thing that I want you to make sure that you do this week is your iReady lessons. So your iReady account is all set up for you. It's something that we practiced every single day when we were in the classroom in kindergarten. And in the morning, you could do 10 minutes on reading, and maybe in the afternoon, do 10 minutes of math, just like we would have done if we were in our classroom doing our learning stations. And I know sometimes that can be not fun. I know, just like when it was in our classroom, sometimes it was not fun because those iReady lessons can challenge you. They make your brain work really hard to listen to the lesson and then to answer the questions after the lesson is done. And remember, you don't have to finish a whole lesson each time you sit down. If you spend 10 minutes, use a timer if you need to, listening to that much of the lesson, and then you can finish the next day. It will always save it. I have to say, I was so proud of you. There were 15 of our friends who completed the iReady challenge last week. That's awesome. Now, the challenge means that it might have been a little tricky for you, but I know that you can do it if you try. So I am going to have another iReady challenge this week, and we're going to keep doing that while we're learning at home, because iReady is a great way for you to practice things that you already know, and then also to learn some new things. And remember, if things are tricky, Mrs. Delapenna gets a message, and I can help you with those tricky things. I can turn those lessons off, and give you some different lessons if we have to. But sometimes we have to really push our brain to make those learning muscles really get strong inside of your brain. So we are going to do the iReady challenge again this week. Remember, your goal is to try to do 40 minutes by the end of the week, by Friday. So 40 minutes is only about 8 to 10 minutes every day. And by the end of the week, you will have 40 minutes if you do that every day. Remember, you can choose if you want to do math or reading, or you could do a little bit of both. And I had some friends who had like 200 minutes or 100 minutes. So you don't have to stop at 40. You can do more than 40, but at least 40 to earn that certificate and the prize. So I want you to make sure you're trying to do your paper practice number 1. Also make sure that you're doing your iReady lessons number 2. And then if you stopped at school today, I gave you 2 things that you can work on at your house. Now, this was a little book that I wanted to share all about wearing a mask. And it explains why we're wearing those masks. And I know we talked about that when we learned about dentists and doctors, that they wear masks to make sure that their mouth germs don't go into your space, into your mouth or up your nose or in your eyes. And we did learn that it's not to be scary, it's not to dress up in a costume, it's to keep people safe. And right now, we want to keep people safe from the germs that might be floating around if you go out to a store or have to go someplace. So I want you to spend some time looking at this book and talk to your mommies and daddies about it when you read this book. And if you have questions about why we're wearing masks, it kind of feels a little bit uncomfortable. It's not really very fun. Tomorrow I'm going to spend some time and I am going to read this book with you. The other thing that I gave your parents is this project. And this is called a time capsule. It's called the COVID-19 time capsule. Now, COVID-19 is kind of a nickname. It's one of those short names, like our friend Robert's short name, his nickname is RJ. Well, COVID-19 is a nickname for the coronavirus disease of 2019. That's all that means. So you might hear some grown-ups talk about the coronavirus or COVID-19. And those are the germs that are spreading around right now that are making some people sick, and we're trying to all stay healthy and keep those germs away from our bodies. But a time capsule is a project. Now, the cover of the time capsule there's one for a girl and one for a boy. So you pick the cover that you like, depending if you like the girl or the boy character, and write your name on it. And then inside of this time capsule project, there's things that you can do that are all about you. These are all the kinds of things we would do in our classroom. I used to do these interviews with you all the time. You would tell me your name and your birthday and how old you were, and you'd draw a picture of you. Now, some of these things you can do by yourself, and some you'll need a mommy or a daddy. I asked you these kind of questions like, what are your favorite things, your favorite color, your favorite TV show, all kinds of things to learn more about you. You can draw pictures of your family. And this whole book is to write about things that you do while we're at home during the coronavirus or COVID-19 time when we can't be at school learning. There's even an interview that you can ask your mommy and daddy questions, and they'll help you write down those answers. I love this page. It says, trace your handprint or footprint and it's okay if they overlap. So you can make your handprint and your footprint so that you can have how big you were during this time. I saw another fun idea that you could trace a handprint from everyone in your family, and you can put those all inside of your time capsule. You can write about your friends. I know I miss my friends so much, but sometimes writing about them makes me feel a little bit happier. You can write about special occasions or things that we celebrated during this time, because we're celebrating things differently. We haven't had any classroom birthdays, but if we did, we would be having those friends have their birthdays at home, and we would be celebrating differently. I've even seen some people have parades for their birthday where they sit outside their house and people drive by and honk. There's something that you can do to write about what kinds of things you do when the weather's nice and you get outside. You can draw pictures. All of the things that you do to keep you busy since we're not in school. I saw this really good one. Things that you are thankful for. So I know I'm sad because I miss my friends, but I'm kind of happy because I'm getting to spend a little bit more time with my family that I wouldn't be doing if we were all busy and doing all of our school and all of our activities after school. But then this question, when this is all over with, the thing that I'm most excited to do. And I keep thinking it's hard to pick one, so I might have to pick a couple. And then there's some things that you can think about for next year, like when you're a first grader, things you're going to look forward to. But the one I want to talk to you about right now is this one called My Feelings. And it says, how do you feel today? Now there's different feelings at the bottom because our feelings change, and sometimes my feeling in the morning when I wake up isn't the same as my feeling in the afternoon when I have lunch, and it's even different when it's in the evening when it's time to go to bed. So I really want to spend some time this week talking about our feelings, because sometimes it's hard to know why I'm feeling sad or why I'm feeling scared or why I'm feeling kind of worried. So I have this book called The Way I Feel. And this book was written and illustrated by Jan and Kane. And it's kind of silly because that's the front cover, but look, the girl is upside down. So if you had to say how is she feeling, I might say she's feeling maybe silly, She doesn't look like she's scared. She doesn't really look happy, but she does look a little silly. So I want to read this book to you about feelings. The Way I Feel. And it looks like this has a family. It says it's for John, Emily, and Isabella. Maybe that's the author's family. Oh, I was right. Silly. Silly is the way I feel when I make a funny face and I wear a goofy, poofy hat that takes up lots of space. She was feeling silly on the cover. But scared. I'm shaking because I'm scared. All alone in the dark at night, the thunder and the lightning crash and roar. Hold me close and turn on the light. I'm scared. So you have to think about, sometimes you're scared. Sometimes if I hear a thunderstorm, I get scared. But you can also change that feeling from scared to feeling happier by turning on the lights or asking for a hug. So you're in control of changing your feelings. Oh, disappointed. The plans that were made so long ago for you to visit me today, but now you can't. You can't come after all, and I am feeling disappointed that we can't play. And I know right now I'm feeling a lot of disappointment because I don't get to see my friends at school, and I don't get to see my teacher friends, and I don't get to see my daughter because she's living too far away right now. And you might be feeling disappointed because you don't get to do all the things you used to get to do. I'm feeling a little disappointed because the vacation I was going to go on is getting canceled. But instead of staying feeling disappointed, I have to think about, well, we'll just have to plan a new vacation. Or maybe I'll think, oh, I'm disappointed because I can't play with my friends, but maybe I'll play with my brother or sister, or look forward to playing with my friend another time. Maybe I could call him on the phone. Happy. The smile you see upon your face as the sun shines in the sky shows the world that I feel happy and my mood is soaring high. So happy, that's a feeling that feels so good inside, especially on a sunny day. Today ended up turning out to be a sunny day that started to make my mood change, and I started feeling happier too. Sad. Sometimes I feel very sad, and I really don't know why. Instead of playing and having fun, I cry, and I cry, and I cry. So those sad days, sometimes you don't even know what you're sad about. You just feel sad. And it's okay to feel sad, but the most important thing is to talk to somebody about it and maybe get a hug and take a little break and then find something to do that makes you feel a little happier. Ooh, look at this one, that red color. Angry. Angry is how I feel right now. I shout with a mighty roar, and I mostly want to frown and growl and stomp on the floor. And I know I've heard that some of you might be feeling angry. You're angry because you can't go to school and you can't do the things you want to do and you miss your friends and you don't want to do your schoolwork at home. And it's okay to feel angry. And then you have to think about, how can I change that feeling? You might not want to do your schoolwork right now, so maybe take a break. Think about what is going to happen if you don't get your work done. I mean, sometimes you might have to go sit in your room. You might have to go take a time out. So you have to think about, what can I do to fix that problem and change my feeling from angry to something better. Thankful. The wheel fell off my brand new truck and I needed some help from you. You kindly fixed my favorite toy and I am thankful for all that you do. So feeling thankful is that feeling that you get when somebody helps you do something. And that's exactly what your mommies and daddies are trying to do for you at home right now. They're trying to help you learn at home because you can't go to school to learn. So Miss Stelpenna is sending them lots and lots of activities and reminders and lots of things that you can do to keep busy at home. But it's your job to remember, they're not trying to make you do things that you don't want to do. They're trying to help your brain keep learning and grow strong. And so having them help you, you can feel thankful that they're helping you. Oh, frustrated. I'm frustrated because I can't do it. It's hard and I want to cry. I don't know whether to give up or try to give it another try. So this character looks like she's trying to tie her shoe. And we have learned, some of us are in that shoe tying club, it is tricky to learn. But if you give up, you'll never ever get to do it. If you keep trying, one day you're going to feel so happy and so excited because you got your shoe tied. And this is the same with your work. Sometimes you're going to do work that gets frustrating because it's hard for you. But if you give up, you'll never know that you can do it. So trying and trying and trying again will help that frustrated feeling change to a happier feeling. Shy. If someone says hello to me, I suddenly feel so shy. And instead of waving back at them, I hide my face and I walk by. So feeling shy is a feeling that you might have just because you don't know a person or because you don't know what they're saying to you. Sometimes I was feeling shy wearing my mask when people saw me because I just said, oh, I feel silly wearing this mask. So it made me feel shy. But it's okay to have that feeling of shy. And then when you're ready, then you can talk to people. Bored. I can't make up my mind. There's nothing I want to do. The day drags on, and I'm feeling bored and blue. So this boy is sitting with nothing to do. But then I notice, I think he might have something to do. Excuse me. I think he might be able to go play baseball. Maybe not right now because it's raining outside, but maybe he could play baseball later, and maybe he could do his schoolwork while he waits, or read a book, or watch a show. Excited. I'm bouncing like a rubber ball. I'm more excited than I can say. It's really hard for me to sit when I'd rather jump and play. So when you're excited, that's a feeling that's really hard to keep in. Sometimes I feel excited. I feel super excited every Monday because I get to go and help give out our lunches at school, and then I get to see some friends and see some smiles and wave to people. So I always feel excited about that. Every Sunday night, I know on Monday I get to go and do that. So think about, what are you going to be excited for? Maybe you'll be excited for Friday when you're done with all of your work for the week. Maybe you'll be excited to see if you did all of your minutes to get the iReady Challenge certificate. Jealous. I want to play with you right now, and I don't think taking turns is fair. I'd rather have you all to myself, and I am jealous when I have to share. So this girl is feeling a little jealous because it looks like that's a mommy or daddy taking care of a younger brother and sister. And a lot of your mommies and daddies are doing that right now. They're trying to work at their house. They're trying to take care of younger brothers and sisters. They're trying to help you with your schoolwork or help your brothers and sisters with your schoolwork. Sometimes you might feel a little bit jealous because you want them to just help you. But mommies and daddies have a lot of things that they have to take care of and worry about. And you have to think about, well, maybe I just am going to wait my turn until it's my turn to play with mom or dad. And in the meantime, you could read a book, you could do something to keep you busy so the time goes by quicker. Proud. I did it. I shout to the crowd. Getting dressed all by myself makes me feel so proud. So that's something you can do every day. You can get yourself dressed. You don't have to wait for mom and dad to do that for you because you are going to be first graders before you know it. So think about things that you can do to make yourself feel proud. We have learned at school all the things that we can do, even though they might be hard for us. If you push and you don't get frustrated and give up, you're going to have that feeling of being proud. And that is exactly how I feel when I see all the work that you're doing at home. I feel so proud of you. Feelings come and feelings go. I never know what they'll be, silly or angry or happy or sad. They are all a part of me. And boys and girls, we all have those feelings. Mrs. Delapena has those feelings. Your moms and dads have all of those feelings that book was all about. And that the way I feel, it's very important to talk about those feelings and know that you're in control of your feelings. You're in control of having those feelings and changing those feelings. And I really want to encourage you all to talk about your feelings, okay? So I am going to have another book for you tomorrow, and then I'll also spend a little bit of time reading the book about wearing a mask, and I'll show you the mask that I wear when I go out, and I'll show you a project that I'm working on. I'm making some masks to give to some families, some people who need those masks. They don't have one to keep them safe. So I'll show you a project I'm working on because that makes me feel happy. I'm doing that to keep me feeling happy. All right. So until I see you next time, boys and girls, bye-bye.